We'll see if anyone shows up and we can talk about Fearless, the re-release specifically and everything that surrounds that. So that's the plan for today if anyone is here. I always feel really awkward. Um, I mean, I can talk to myself for a long time, but I don't know. We'll see. I need to start uploading content again. I really just like I've been so busy. I have been doing my job, which is like a 40-hour a week typical job, and then I also do a ton of freelancing, so I'm always doing stuff. Hi, how are you? I'm just thinking out loud. I was saying at the beginning I only have like half an hour today. I'm so busy, but I did want to talk um about Fearless. Yeah, I don't even know when I did this, but like I've been slowly trying to pull the blue out of the hair, but like blue is so hard to get out of hair, and I'm not a professional, so I don't want to, have it all break off. So I've uh tried, I think, as much as I'm willing to do. I don't want to completely kill this hair. It's already like breaking off. It's not great. But, I really like the thing that I have going on right now. My next goal hair-wise, ah, I was thinking of pink for, like, another color, but I don't know. Very future nostalgia. I feel like this style is having a moment. Like, I feel like a lot of people are doing this, and I feel like that's I don't know, it is nostalgic. Like, I don't know, it seems like a style that I would have loved to do when I was 13, but my mom wouldn't let me, so I get to do it now. She does not like it. She was like, "What are you doing with your hair?" My mom gets really, like, upset about hair on like weird hair things, and my dad gets upset about tattoos. Like those are the things that they get critical. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep it blonde, like just because like I was showing here, like a lot of this extra bleach stuff has broken off, like it's pretty bad. Um, but like whatever. I don't know. That's one reason that I am happy to do this under layer of my hair because if I completely mess it up, um I mean, I can hide it. You can't really see too much of it when I do this, so that is one benefit of the style. I did all of this myself. I, like, got the rest well, part of it done, like, the first time I got it bleached. My sister's friend who's, like, a professional did it, but I genuinely I can't afford it. It's quite expensive to go every couple of weeks, so I just decided to do it myself. So fingers crossed that my hair doesn't all fall out. The good thing though is I kind of like this golden blonde color that I've got, so I don't feel the need to like bleach it to death to get the color that I want. So I'll live. Yeah, it's not like I mean I understand like they have to charge what they have to charge, and I'm not trying to say they should give me a better deal, but like it's way too much for me personally. I miss being blonde. I, like, literally thought about it. I was like, "What if I just a whole head?" But no, I think I'm gonna keep it with this. I kinda like it. It's different for me. It's kinda fun. I don't think, like, full blonde suits me as well, but I think, like, this hair color suits or a combination suits me. Once the blue's gone, I'll be, like, really happy with it. But it's all a good DIY adventure. I did remove some of them. I think I might put some of them back. Uh, the reason the reason I did was I was upset, specifically because of some things people had commented on the David Bowie video I made like 5 years ago or whenever he died. I made a video, not necessarily like it was about the whole thing about people being like, "Oh, these groupies were really young and the rock stars shouldn't have slept with them," and all of that stuff, which might be true, and I'm not gonna disagree with that inherently, but, like, you're right, I should delete the comments, but, like, I don't know, one person accused me of, like, defending, like, really egregious things, and I just it really, like, affected me, I think, like, because it was so horrible. Um, it was just like, the things they said about me were so bad, and I understand they're just saying that because they're bored or they're ridiculous or they're misinterpreting what I'm saying. Because they literally say in that video, I'm like, I'm not defending what he did, but, like, the point I always make about people getting upset about you're right, I actually should put a filter. But, like, I got so upset at that point because like, people are like, "Oh, Bowie shouldn't have slept with Lori Maddux because she was so young," and that may be true, and I think it is, but, like, he was far from the only one, and he was definitely not the worst. Like, there are some rock stars from, like, the '70s and '80s who, like, committed crimes, like, I forget who it was, but, like, transporting, like, 13-year-olds, like, I don't know, like, there's some really bad things that went on that are far worse than anything Bowie ever did, and I don't know. Maybe I'll put it I think I'll do what you said and put a filter up because, like, I'm not, like, ashamed of anything I said in the video, is just, like, the backlash I just randomly started getting. Um, Most of the male rock stars have problem with. Yeah, I don't like, especially at the time, like, I'm not saying it's good, of course, but I am saying that it wasn't just Bowie, and I don't think that I don't know, like, I think that he was easily one of the least egregious cases. I don't know. Like, I won't defend what he did, but it was mostly questioning the way people responded, and I don't know, I'm sure that video just, like, got into the wrong part of the algorithm, and, like, I don't know, YouTube is a weird place, and the internet's a weird place, and people are dumb sometimes, I guess. I don't know. You don't know anything about Bowie. I don't know a ton about him, like, personally, but my best friend, really, really loves Bowie, like, a lot and knows like, she has so much Bowie vinyl, like, to the point where I don't even bother, like, get you don't know any songs? There's a lot that I know. I definitely would say that I know most of, like, the hits. I wouldn't say I know the deep dives, but, like, my best friend, like, she knows so much of his music, like, hundreds and hundreds of songs. Um, there's some songs, like, I don't know, Life on Mars that I think, like, a lot of people know. Was it a video only about David? Yeah, it was, like, the specific point of my video, there were 2 points. I'll let you watch it, I'll put it up, but, the 2 points I was trying to make in the video and you can tell me if I misspeak, you totally can. But in the video, my points were it was right after he died, and after he died, a lot of people were doing that thing where they're, like, pulling up receipts and being like, "Actually, he was evil." Like, and I thought my point was, like, maybe you should bring it up once when it's an issue and not just as a way to, like, make people who are sad feel worse, because that's what I saw a lot happening, at the time, and it was also about the concept of the victim, Lori Maddux, who like, a lot of people say her story isn't true, but, like, if it is true, she doesn't feel like a victim. And I was talking about how, he can do something wrong without forcing this title of victim on this girl. It was kind of like yeah, they did it with, totally did it with Michael Jackson. They did it with, like, I think any celebrity, I guess. I can't think of other examples, but it was kind of like people just at the time, especially, because I remember reading about it a lot on Tumblr, and I remember at the time, like, your fave is problematic and all of that, like, that was a big thing at the time, and, people, have always done that kind of thing, but I think especially at the time, it was like, I saw a lot of it, and I just thought that it was very misdirected because Bowie's dead now, and it was, like, about, it I felt the reason people were bringing it up was a way to get superiority points, and I felt like that was inappropriate, and I felt like it was targeting the people who were sad, and I feel like it I don't know enough to talk about it, but it was strange. Let's keep it real, people bring up stuff from the past all the time, it wasn't a big deal back in the day, now everyone is getting canceled, people want drama, think about these kind of people. Yeah, like, I don't know, I'm all for accountability, but I have a lot of mixed thoughts about, like, people I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day because people were like, "No, it's just holding someone accountable." I'm like, "Yeah, but if you say something shitty on Twitter, you don't need 1,000,000 people telling you that you suck." Like, people really, really underestimate the effects that getting, like, piled on. Everyone said something awful. Yeah, I was talking to my friend about that, like, I never in my life I have always tried to say the right thing. Is it about the Fearless recording? Yeah, we're just catching up, basically. They were asking about why some of my old videos have been privated, and there's a specific video that kinda triggered the whole thing. We can talk about Fearless, though, because, I loved it. I love the recording. I thought that it was I don't know, like, when I remember when Love Story came out, a lot of people were like the new Love Story. People were, like, disappointed on TikTok because 'cause they're like, "It sounds the same," and I'm like, "That is the point." It is supposed to, but I do think that despite the fact that it's very similar sonically, there's a richer quality to not only the sound, but her voice. You need input from me? Love Story was the first Taylor song you ever heard. Did you listen to the whole album? Like the new one, because it's the new one is quite long. It's nearly an hour and 45 minutes worth of music, so it is a long album. But I did really like it. You did listen. What did you think? Because you hadn't listened to Fearless before. Be honest, I'm not a big fan of country. Yeah, you don't. It's not your favorite. That's fine. I didn't think it would be, to be perfectly honest, just from what I know about your taste. Need more time with it, but I've already started liking a few songs. The slower songs work better for me because they're less countryish. I think I do. The album is too long for someone who isn't into country. Yeah, I've lost interest halfway through, and it's starting to all sound the same. That's your problem with country music. It's not the songwriting, but the production, use of the same instruments for every song. I can understand what you mean. Like, definitely. See, the thing about Fearless that is kind of interesting is that, of course, this is the re-recording, but there was the standard version, and then there was a platinum edition, which included a bunch of extra songs, and then there's this version which is even longer. So, it's a long album, and I would definitely say, like, this album, the re-recordings are a celebration for fans, in a way, like, it's definitely something that's, like, for the fans. Because like, if you don't like Taylor Swift or you're not that whatever, like, the soundtrack song "Today's a Fairy Tale," that song is so nostalgic to me of, like, high school. 'Cause that song came out with the movie, Valentine's Day. I think there was, like, a space where people were making a bunch of movies that were kind of like, the Love Actually format, where it was a bunch of intertwining stories based on holidays, I guess, and, there was Valentine's Day, and she was in it. I don't remember hearing it in the movie either, but I'm fairly certain it was. Like, am I misremembering? I'm pretty sure that it was, like, in the credits or something. I always forget that she did songs for movies. I just remember that it was, like, associated with that movie, but I don't remember exactly when it was. But I, like, literally saw that movie in theaters for Taylor. So, I don't know, I can't find anything about when it was. It was released in 2010. Yeah, it was on the soundtrack for Valentine's Day, but I'm not seeing I've been a Taylor stan for a long, very long time. This song. Oh, I forgot that she was on a song with John Mayer. Ugh, gross. What are my favorite tracks? For the new Okay, so Fearless is definitely, like, my favorite song off of this album, re-recording, original, whatever. Like, Fearless is definitely one of my favorites. But I have to say when I was listening to the re-recordings, the song 15 kind of had a different impact on me than it did when I was literally 15 and hearing it for the first time. Like, when you're 15 and you hear that song for the first time, it feels like an older sister or older friend, like, giving you advice, and you're like, "Oh, that's" like, it had an impact, but it was there's something, like, really nostalgic about listening to that song right now when I don't know, the first time I heard it, I was 15 and, like, everything I've gone through since then, and, so Fearless is my favorite, but 15 I have a brand new appreciation for. Of the, did you like the I mean, all of it was, like, new to you pretty much, but did you like the, 6 new unreleased tracks? Because I liked the first 2 a lot. Is like you're 15 and also singing it. It's like it makes me feel like I don't even know what it is. It's because it just makes me reflect on, like, specifically there are lines in it that are like, um, let me think. It's like in the bridge where she says, "Back then I swore I was gonna marry him someday, but I realized some bigger dreams of mine." Like, personally, 'cause I've talked about that guy that I was really good friends with, and we would, like, sneak out, and I was like, "He's the one," at age 15, I know it, he's the one. But, like, he and I always talked about, like, moving to DC randomly, and we had all of these, like basically a lot of dreams I had at the time came true in unexpected ways, but like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It was just, like, made me reflect on my life and how far I've come and, like, how much better things are than I thought they would be. I talked about it once. Yeah, I I don't know. I don't wanna be, like, mean about him because 'cause I'm sure he's, like, nice still and whatever, but, like, I don't know. I don't understand what I was thinking at the time. Come into the rain, you're not sorry, you belong with me and breathe are my faves. I think Breathe is very underappreciated. I really like that song. I think it's beautiful. Come in with the Rain is also one of my favorite. You Belong with Me is so, so good. This was an era where I remember, like, I would wait for the music videos. Like, I remember, the music video for You Belong with Me. I can't remember if I was sick that day or there was a delay or whatever, but it was in the morning before school, and I was, like, on Yahoo Music looking at the music videos like I always did, and um, I remember seeing that music video for the first time, like, nothing spoke to me more than You Belong With Me. Oh, Treacherous is a really good one off of Red. White Horse Refrain reminds me of All Too Well. You're Not Sorry is the one I really like, but, it makes me really sad. Like, I cried to that song so much when I was in high school. You Belong With Me was probably her first iconic video. I think so, I'm trying to remember like, I can remember the ones before that, but You Belong With Me was Fearless was really good era for her. I can see why she decided to start the re-recordings with it. Mr. Perfectly Fine is, I actually kind of like it. I don't know, the lyrics are a bit much, but I like the sound of it a lot, so they've been showed on TV. Um, yeah, it was like Fearless and the beginning of, Speak Now era that had some really memorable music videos, like the music video for Mine, um, was I remember that one too. Were any of the songs new? Do you mean like of the unreleased songs, like completely never heard before kind of songs? I had never heard Mr. Perfectly Fine before this, but the vault songs. I've heard, You All Over Me, I've heard We Were Happy. I had never heard Bye Bye Baby or Don't You before, but the other ones I had heard. I don't know, there are a lot of unreleased Taylor songs out there, and they used to be a lot easier to find, like, I remember downloading, like, a file of them, like, I don't know, like 15 years ago, like a long, long time ago, and having them in my iTunes library, but I don't know where they went, so I have no idea. But a lot of them I've heard before. I was hoping for some other ones, to be honest. Like, she has some really great unreleased songs, um, that are more upbeat and everything, but I don't know. I don't know if you like them, but like the song I'd Lie is definitely a fan favorite. Were there any 1989 leaks or Reputation? I don't know of any Reputation era leaks. I would say 1989 onward, there really aren't that many leaks. I don't think there's anything post Reputation. I'm trying to think if there were any 1989 era leaks. I don't think so. There were a ton, like from the early days, though. A lot. Like the song Sparks Fly used to be like a leaked song. It wasn't actually like people knew about it because it was like a leaked song or a demo or like a live performance or something like that. And like it just was such a fan favorite that it eventually just she just put it on Speak Now. So, but I don't know. I think 1989 is the next release. I 100% agree. Um, I don't know. There's just like way too many hints about it. And like, I initially was like thinking that everyone was overthinking a lot of their theories, but they all seem to come true. So I think maybe everyone's right. Yeah, the 1989 version is just the standard version, right? Like, there's not another version with the deluxe tracks. I love the song Wonderland specifically. Um, no, that's on the standard version. I meant to say New Romantics. In June, oh my gosh, I gotta start saving. She always includes this June though. Hadn't heard that one. I had heard 1989 was next, and I think I agree with that, but I had not heard Wonderland is deluxe. Okay. See. This is the issue with listening to everything digitally is sometimes I forget what like I don't know what order tracks are in or whatever. But I love Wonderland and I love New Romantics. I don't know. I just really like 1989 and I'm excited to celebrate the era because I'm having a great time with Fearless and I bought a t-shirt. That was kind of like it was like the cheesy it like isn't the like most modern design, but like it's how her merch looked at the time. And I was so happy to get it because at the time, like prior to Reputation, I didn't have money to spend on merch. So it is really exciting to be able to, buy some merch, some throwback kind of merch. The keychain which keychain? Like for Fearless? Oh, the necklace. I did buy that. Yeah. I was like, a keychain? No, I bought the key necklace. I just couldn't help it. I thought it was really nice. I actually was pretty happy with the merch this go around. I was getting kind of like annoyed because I was like, stop just putting the album cover on a t-shirt and calling that merch. But like some of like I don't need an album beach towel, but a lot of the other things are pretty cute. Yeah, I'm really excited to get it. I don't know when it's supposed to ship. I think in about a month. Um, I always wanted like a Tiffany key necklace, but I like this more. It was more affordable. So that's better for me. You buy keychains for every country visit in the form of that's cool, I like that. I I don't know, I like keys. Like, I think jewelry or keychains with keys on them look cool, like, always. Like, there's a classic look to them. The one item of, like, Taylor merch that I'm not gonna buy, but, like, I would if it was cheaper, was, the dress, the shimmering beautiful wrap dress. I just don't really wanna spend $80 on it. I guess that's if it was, like, 40, I'd get it. I haven't listened to the first recordings. I only watched a short comparison video. How much different is the new version? I would say, like, as a way to talk about all of them at once, like, rather than going into, like, the exact specifics, I would say, on average, every song sounds, like, a little bit, like, richer, and her voice sounds a lot better now. Like, they definitely tried to stay as true to the original source material as they could, but just, like, her voice is just a lot better. Like, in Fearless, the original recordings, it definitely sounds like she's straining a little bit, but, I don't know, now she's has a much better voice, for sure. So, I think that's a major difference. But I think overall it sounds pretty similar. It's all got the biggest changes. Ugh. Um, I don't know. I think they're all pretty similar. I know some people were like little changes and stuff, but noticing just like the way she sings something or like um the way she pronounces a word is different. Like that's the extent of the differences that I've noticed. But maybe I'm not as observant. Like some people in TikTok or YouTube or whatever make like comparison videos where they go into detail that I like never noticed. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty true to the source material in my opinion, which I like. You can hear the changes much better when she sings alone. Yeah, I would say the biggest change is definitely vocally. Like I think even though you're not as familiar with her early stuff, I would say like her voice is just like very clearly better now. Like I'm happy for her. It's nice to have like the re-recordings, like those songs that I love, but with like better vocals. Which 50-year record? I feel like I heard about this, but I can't think what it was. What was the record? 3 number ones within 260 days. That's so specific. That's cool though. She really is like, I don't know. I know everyone's like, oh well, all of these pop people are like incredible and well, they're all iconic, but like legitimately, Taylor is probably one of the biggest artists of all time. Like, at least in modern history. Like, she's gonna be remembered for a long, long, long time. I don't know, it's kind of like I kind of, like, get stunned a little bit when I think about how famous she is. Like, I can't imagine dealing with that. It's pretty wild. Do you know how many copies sold in the US? A lot. I didn't let me see if I can find it. But I saw that it was a lot. Like, it's number 1, obviously. Like, I think we all kind of guessed that it would be. But there's an article from 40 minutes ago, so let's find out together. It's her ninth number 1, clearly. It's saying the new according to Hits Daily Double, which I don't know what that is, but according to them, the new version of Fearless sold 185.2 thousand US copies during its first week. With units from sales and streams, the album generated over 300K. I don't know what that's talking about specifically. Basically, it is number 1, but I'm having a hard time, like, actually figuring out what this is saying. Well, the original sold 10 million. I can tell you that. There Did I buy the CD? I did, yeah, I ordered it, like, pre-ordered it. 300K with sales and streams. That is what it says. I don't know exactly what that, like oh, but oh, no, that's worldwide. I guess 300K is in the US. Like, within a day, it surpassed 500K worldwide streams. That's pretty crazy, like, that's a lot. I thought it would be more too, but, like, I wonder if they're I'm sure I don't know. I'm interested in how they count it, and, like, vinyl wouldn't be counted for Billboard charts, right? Like, with the new rule, because it's not shipping until November, I guess. My copy still says August, but, I know if you order it now, it's not shipping until November, but vinyl doesn't count. Yeah, because it has to ship in the same week or something? I don't remember what the new rules are. Holy crap. Okay, so this first line of the Wikipedia page about Fearless, it says, okay, so prior to being famous, she received a publishing contract with Sony. Like, that's, I think, pretty well known. But during that developmental deal, she wrote over 250 songs. 250. Ugh, I wish she just did albums of her previously unreleased stuff. Wow. On the Taylor Swift wiki, there's articles about how she, like, listing all of the songs that she had written. What time frame is that? When her publishing contract was, it was prior to 2006, because that's when her first album came out, but I don't know when she first got it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find an exact date. 2004? 2005. No, I can't tell. 2004 or 2005. One of those. Do I think there are any unreleased songs? I'm sure there are. Because, like she said, like, I don't know, but she said that she released Evermore because there were so many songs and stuff that she came up with during the sessions and stuff for folklore. Like, she just was inspired and kept writing. So I'm sure there's a ton. Um, I can't even imagine. My goodness. So in 2004, what, she was like 15. Not gonna lie, when listening to Fearless, and so you started listening more to folklore. I feel like, I don't know. Fearless and folklore have like a tie to them. Like, I definitely feel like folklore is like more current and more like mature version of a lot of the things she was thinking about in her early days. She might return to country. I feel like she might. I think I mean, I don't know, I like this kind of I mean, obviously, I love folklore and Evermore, and if she just continued to do stuff like that, I would be happy, but I do personally I love the way that she reinvents a little bit every era. I mean, that's why I like pop music a lot, is I like how the artists tend to reinvent not just the sound, but, like, the aesthetics and the overall package every single era. I I do love Country Taylor. Um, Her debut, like but it's funny because like, I'm not, like, the biggest country music fan at all. Like, I like some country music. I would definitely say very specific types. I like older country music a lot, because I think it was more about, storytelling, and I like a lot of modern women in country. Like, I love Maren Morris and I love Casey Musgraves, but in terms of I don't know, like, I don't know if it's actually called this, but I've heard it called, like, stadium country. I hate stadium country. Like, I don't know. You will not love the debut. I don't know if you will. I think there's some songs on there that you'll probably like, but I don't know if overall I cannot see you liking songs like Tim McGraw, but I like that song, but I can't see you liking it personally. But actually, I don't wanna say that because I want you to go in with an open mind. Don't listen to me. I wouldn't mind if Taylor did Golden Hour Country. There's, like, a midpoint between Fearless and Folklore that I think would be really interesting, which I think is a little bit kinda golden hour. I love I forgot she did a song with Boys Like Girls. She's done a lot more songs than I realize, and I love her. Spacey country, I like that. Oh, and she was in an episode of CSI, iconic. I remember that. I didn't wanna watch, like, the actual episode, so I had to, like, wait and find a clip on YouTube. You saw my TikTok about how she never includes me. People got mad at me for that TikTok. Um, I I don't like, I'm not even saying she needs to include women singing verses, I'm just saying, like, she doesn't, which I think is true, like, she every time I don't know. The point I was trying to make was that every time that she features a woman in her music, you cannot tell. Like, that was the point I was trying to make. And yeah, you I don't I can't even remember. I need to go listen to the original, but I don't even think you can hear her that much on the original track. I love that song though. I think it's beautiful, but I don't know. I tried to be fair, and, like, obviously, I love Taylor, so I'm not just, like, criticizing her for no reason. I just legitimately thought those things were true. Someone was like, "No, it's actually a good thing." I saw a TikTok, like, I need to, like, learn to let things go, but somebody made a video where they were like, "Actually, you all are misinterpreting it. The actual takeaway is that she gives female singers, like, backup singers credit, and she doesn't give her male backup singers credit." And I'm like, "What does that even mean? That's not true." Like, and then they got mad at me, and I think I got blocked for saying that, but I'm not wrong. Like, there are certain female artists like, she has women and men do background vocals, so that argument that person made is not a valid argument. Um, any other vocalist could do yeah, like, that's the main issue is, like, I don't have a problem like, with the Maren Morris, collab where she's like, "Maren get is singing background vocals on the song," when she announced it, I was like, "Okay, what I that's fine." But when she's like, "I'm featuring," I don't know, I can't even think of an example right now. The I don't know, but when she says she's featuring somebody and then you can barely hear them on the track, like, it just which song was what? I forgot what I was saying. Uh, I'm really tired, I'm sorry. Um, but I feel like for most of her songs where she Maren Morris. Maren, was "You All Over Me" on Fearless. Yeah, it was, like, the most recent collab she announced. Maren is really, like, really country, but I like her a lot. But it was definitely just an instance of Marin doing oh, yeah, the Dixie Chicks, 100%, that is maybe one of the best examples, I think, where, like, you cannot tell that they're there. I guess my thinking is that if you it's okay if you're I know who you're talking about. It took me a second, but I we got there. But, I think if you can replace the singer with anybody else without the song changing meaning or quality in any way, then it's a little bit, like, cheeky to call it a feature. Like, that's my thought process. Um, I don't know. And some people are like, "Well, maybe the women didn't wanna be like, maybe they didn't want a full verse." And I'm like, "That's not my point." I don't know. Do they only do instruments? I have no idea, actually. I was. That was terrifying. Why did you open the door like that? He slowly opened the door and stuck his face in. On the other hand, we have Lana, artist featured without crediting them. I know. Oh, Lana. What did Lana announce? Unrelated to Fearless, but I saw Lana announce something. I cannot remember what it was called off the top of my head, but she announced something on Instagram, and I'm like, "What is it, Lana?" And I couldn't tell. Let me see if I can figure out what I'm talking about. Another album, the Blue, yeah, Blue. Okay, I'm pulling it up. Blue Banisters. I love that picture of her. I think she looks so beautiful in it. Um, but but what is it, Lana? But like, what are you talking about? I will say, like, Taylor is way more organized, and that is one thing I like about her. Lana, it's like always an adventure to follow her career. Fancy maybe it's a single. I'm already more excited about the album. Yeah, I don't know. So Chemtrails is interesting because there's some songs on it that I just like really love, but like I'm not really re-listening to that album. Like I'm glad that I canceled my other pre-orders and I only got one copy of the vinyl, to be honest, because I just like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. There's nothing about it that grips me, which is sad because I thought the aesthetic was going to be really cool. Because Chemtrails Over the Country Club to me, Chemtrails Over the Country Club and the aesthetic she was presenting seemed like a cool way of being like aliens in the 50s. Like, I just like conspiracy theories and like everything is not what it seems, but in the 50s. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a cool aesthetic, and then she didn't care. You're right, 100%. I don't know what the new thing is, but this is the first album without a trailer or snippets. I know, and, like, a lot of people I think some of it is true where people are like, "Oh, it's because of COVID." I'm like, "Maybe partially," but, like, ultimately, I feel like if she wanted to do something for it, she probably could. Like, Taylor was able to. I don't know. She will care more about the next album. I feel like she already does. It's, like, barely anything's known about it, but I think you're already right. She's so pretty in that picture, though. I love it. Her Instagram is so strange. I'm really excited for the new stuff because, like, I mean, we both like Lana, but neither of us, and we both have different tastes. So a lot of times when you don't like something I do, or vice versa, but neither of us found chemtrails to be gripping. I don't know anyone who's like, oh, love the album, the audiobook. I just dropped two records. I don't know. She always, like, says she is well, she said she was going to last time, didn't she? Like, she was like, "I'm already recording my next album," and then it didn't come out for, like, 2 years. I feel like she says that every time an album drops, but maybe she means that this time, I don't know. I do like it, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Chemtrails is a bad album, but there's nothing that's, like, pulling me back to it, I guess is what I'm saying. American Standards. Oh, the Christmas album? Is that what that is? No. It was, well, I don't know if it was a Christmas album, but it was gonna be released on Christmas. Chemtrails is middle of the road for a Lana album. It might be like my least favorite. I'm trying to think, but it might be. It was supposed to be released on Christmas, but it wasn't like Christmas songs. I think that's why I think it's a Christmas album in my head. Chemtrails and Paradise are on the same level for me. See, Paradise to me, I guess I don't know. Like I always think of it as an add-on to Born to Die. Like I don't even think of it as a separate album. But when I do consider it, I love Paradise actually. I really like songs like Gods and Monsters. Um, but it might be because I was like on Tumblr and like really angsty at the time. Like that, I don't know. I loved Paradise, but I got into like Lana when Paradise came out. Like I didn't really listen to her much before. I actually didn't like her at the beginning because my first impression of her was the SNL performance. And then Paradise came out and then I listened to it. I got it on vinyl actually. It was one of my first ever records and I like actually adored it. I love considering it a separate album because I can't rank my least favorite album then. The SNL performance was like so bad. But she sounds good live. She was like, I was nervous. I'm like, I actually do believe her because every time I've seen her, and that's been three times total, she sounded the same as she does on the recording, more or less. So I believe it. I don't know. I would be nervous too if I went from like small gigs to like SNL. I would be terrified. Um, she was the first artist at SNL to perform without releasing an album. I didn't realize that. Did it come out like was it in like the pre-release phase? Oh my gosh. Almost dropped my drink. Um, I didn't realize that. Good for her. I don't know. She's interesting. I am excited for whatever she puts out in the future though, because I think she's very talented, obviously. Oh yeah, Marina. Yeah, let's talk about that because I have to go soon, but let's talk about Marina. I am really excited for it. Her lyrics are not necessarily, I don't know. She has this thing with her lyrics sometimes when she's talking about things that are like social justice or like political and whatever, which is like a little on the nose. And I thought that was happening in Purge the Poison, but the melody of it is so iconic. Hi, Nicole. Um, I love, the sound of it, and I like the aesthetics, and I'm interested to hear the entire album. She is very blunt with her lyrics. It makes me think of, On Love and Fear. What was that one song? Oh, 100% a Family Jewels vibe. Somebody asked me, they're like, "I've never listened to Marina, what should I listen to?" And I told them Electra Heart because I'm biased, fully, and I love Electra Heart, but the Family Jewels is like my second favorite. I really like Fruit though. I like all of it. She's one of my faves, obviously. Um, but yeah. To Be Human. Yeah, that's the one where I was like the lyric when I was listening to that song for the first time and the lyric was like Lennon's body lying right there. It was like subtlety is not Marina's strong suit necessarily, which isn't bad necessarily, but sometimes when it comes to like those type like that category of lyrics, I don't it doesn't always work for me, but like the melody's great. Fruit is still the best, but who knows, that might change. I do like Fruit, but I wasn't listening to her as much at the time. So maybe that's why that album doesn't like I don't know. I don't always immediately recommend it. I always say Electro Heart. She is very direct, and that is one of the things people love about her, including me. She did say I saw that she was saying that although there is no vinyl pre-order, she was working on getting a glow-in-the-dark vinyl, which is exciting. I'm excited about that. Oh, I haven't heard any of the snippets. Um, I haven't, but I would like to if I can find them. I'm really intrigued by, yeah, it's a short I was just gonna say, like, feels like a short album. Oh, what was your favorite snippet? I don't know where to find them. And I always forget about that one website you tell me to go, look at snippets or unreleased tracks on. But what was your favorite? Oh, it was what is the album called? Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. Um, I think she looks really good on the cover, though. I think it's kind of like an iconic hairstyle. Lonely Loner. Okay. Maria and five snippets. We'll get it right away. Okay. You know, I don't buy cassettes, um, but the cassettes for this are really pretty. Like, the color of them is just really nice. I just, like, can't, I don't know, I just can't deal with cassettes. They're just not exciting to me. I don't know, like, it might just be because, like, that was what I listened to growing up, and it just, like, stresses me out, I guess, and I don't have a cute cassette player like people do. I thought she'll include the magazine or the singles. What is the zine? Like, I know what a zine is, but, like, I'm interested in, like, what content is in it. Didn't she source it from fan stuff? I can't remember, but I feel like she said something. I feel like the original plan with the zine is different than what it ended up being, but I cannot remember because this was months ago. This was like in November. Hi, Alex. Oh, what was your? I'm sorry. You said that there was a different name that you preferred. Am I misremembering? I'm sorry. I thought we'd get a new one with each vinyl. I kind of hope so too. Jax, okay. I remember that, but I remember J, but I couldn't remember like I remember the letter. I couldn't remember the rest. Okay. I'll try to remember that next time. I hate to do this, especially because you just got here, but I have to go in like a couple minutes. But do you think we'll get vinyl for Poison? I would like one. We're talking about Marina and the Diamonds, if anyone missed that part, but we're talking about the new stuff. Um, I think okay, so somebody on TikTok told me that she was going to be releasing more vinyl, like singles. But yeah, I was surprised to not see a vinyl pre-order with the initial announcement, which I don't know. But she said she was working on a glow in the dark one. I don't know exactly what that means in terms of timeline. Yeah, I love Marina. I think she was my last show before COVID. So I think, am I misremembering? I'm not sure. But she was definitely one of the last shows I saw before COVID, maybe. I'm trying to remember. When you order, use Marina 10 for 10% off. Okay. Marina 10. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, more. Okay, I will. I am considering the cassette. I don't know. They're really pretty, I think. Your vinyl got delayed, the Man's World vinyl? Because well, I just got mine like 2 days ago, but people who follow me who are in Europe And somewhere in Europe, all say their vinyl got delayed until the end of the month, which is I don't understand why, but I guess drop the vinyl. I hope they'll do it soon. You guys got it earlier. Yeah, mine shipped, it shipped from California. So I assume it was made there. But like when I ordered, I had to order through the UK store. I couldn't find like a US store. Yeah, I because some artists, they'll have like a US store and a UK store, and like you order from whichever one is relevant to you. But like there was only the UK store, but it shipped from California. So it must just be produced somewhere else, which is weird. Oh No is a good Marina song. Oh, that's one of the first I ever heard, I think. I really like that one too. Oh, I love her. She is one of my like favorites, ultimate favorites. Obviously Taylor and like Kesha, but you hate the pink vinyl of the single. I kind of wanted it to be a more vivid pink, like to match the lettering. That's kind of what I was imagining when I saw that it was pink or heard that it was pink. And it was like this baby pink color is very strange. The vinyl label is very Windows 10. Yeah, I get so frustrated with graphic design that relates to music because it's like obviously it's kind of like a dream job like to do graphic design for musicians. Okay, they advertise hot pink. Like I'm glad you said that because I'm not hallucinating because I was like really shocked that it was a powdery baby pink color. But yeah, graphic design is like a dream and everyone who does it for an artist feels like they're half-assing it. Um, your shirt size is 3XL, and Lady Gaga's Chromatica shirts only go to 2XL. That sucks. Um, I feel like 3XL is like that should be more of a standard. I feel like it is starting to be for certain artists. I think Taylor's doing 3XL, but I don't know. I just saw somebody say that, and I thought that was good. Inclusive sizing is important. 3XL for Taylor, yeah. I'm surprised Gaga wouldn't. I don't know, like, I just feel like 3XL is more of a standard size now. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of product design is pretty lazy, which is so unfortunate. Because there are cool, like, obviously the most obvious example is like Taylor, the cardigan. That was like a creative, interesting piece of merch. But like when you just put the album cover on a sweatshirt and charge me $55 for it, then I think that's annoying. I just think there's so many cool options. No, I think that's fine to care about it because, like, I love merch that doesn't look like merch. I don't know how to phrase this exactly, but merch that feels like it's from like the world of the album, like the cardigan or something like that. Um, I don't know, it's like a subtle thing. I don't know, I like that. Really wanna get the Evermore CD because I love Willow and I wanna see what the rest of the album is like. It's really good, it's definitely I don't know, I think Folklore is a better album, but I like a lot of the songs on Evermore a lot, and like, I think I don't know, I love Willow, it's one of my favorites, and there's some really beautiful songs. Ivy is one of my favorites. I think it's really good. Like sell something that the artist wore in a video or stuff they use. Yeah, 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 definitely. Like stuff that feels like I don't know, like it's more of a like covert like nod. And if I wear the cardigan, the people who notice it are gonna be like other Taylor fans. Any news on the Evermore video? I will hopefully be able to edit it this week. I have I don't know. I have to finish editing a video that I have been hired to edit for somebody else, and I just, like, would feel bad if I didn't finish that before editing my own. I'm still working on it. Um, I'll get it. I'll get to it. I will. I just haven't had time to edit. I know I could stream them, but I love having the physical version of a thing to hold on to. I totally understand that. That's why I like vinyl. It's like the physical thing. I don't know. It's like the experience of having it is really nice. And I also do a video for Fearless. I was trying to work on it. My Red video is scripted. I just need to film it. So I just need to do that soon. But the Fearless one, I'm still trying to think of a way to talk about it that's not just I feel nostalgic for being 15 because every time I try to because like all of my video essays that I've all of my video essays I've made that I like the 3 I've made, but each of them have like a specific like theme that I get into in each one. And I don't know, like like for Marina for Electra Heart, I researched a lot of things about um I don't know, like identities and like female portrayals in pop culture. But I don't even know where to start with Fearless yet. Most of your CD collections, Lady Gaga. I love that. Love Lady Gaga. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. It was a start. Hmm. Yeah, I have to brainstorm it a little more, but I should make a Fearless one. I have the vinyl, even if I don't have the new vinyl, but I have the old vinyl. I can talk about that because the one like other requirement is I want to have the vinyl version of it to show off in the video. That and the air has to be over. Those are my only requirements. I should start working on the 1989 one, actually. Maybe I can, like, finish it by the time the re-release happens. Mm. Alright, I definitely have to go, but what should we talk about next week? Should we talk about Marina? We haven't talked about I don't think we've done a Marina revisit. Mostly listen to female artists because there aren't any male artists I like. You are among like-minded people. Oh, yeah, Demi, we talked about Demi. Um, no, I think all of us are on the same page about that. I mostly listen to, especially like pop music. I mostly listen to female artists. So next week we're doing Demi Lovato's new album. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I'll try to watch it by next week because I kind of wanted to watch it and listen to the album all in the same, not at the same time, but around the same time um, so that I get like the full experience and understand the context of what she's talking about. Okay, so next week we're going to talk about Demi's new album and docuseries. Um, you won't be stressed. I'll watch one a day. Uh, Dancing with the Devil, it's called, right? Under 30 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we can Katy and Marina. I like Katy Perry. I've I tried to make a video essay about Teenage Dream and it just like didn't come together. But I do like her. And Marina obviously, but Katy doesn't get as much love anymore, I think. I don't know why. The Teenage Dream, I personally feel is one of the best pop albums of the last like 20 years. So, it's really iconic. Different approach. I'm excited to hear it. I always liked Demi, not as much in recent years, not as a person, but like for me, her music. But I always liked her early stuff. I loved like the pop punk inspired vibe. But yeah, I'm excited to hear it. All right, I have to go, but I will be here next week at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for about an hour. Just the plan is to do that like most Fridays, unless I have like I'm out of town or something. So I'll be here next Friday, and I will talk to hopefully both of you then. Um, Great to see you both. Have a great weekend.